You love me, Bobby?
You had no inner feeling?
Nothing. I move around a lot.
No love?
Nothing.
Thanks for watching my analysis of director Bob Rafelson's 1970 American drama 5 Easy Pieces, written by Adrien, Joyce, and based on the story by Rafelson and Joyce. 5 Easy Pieces stars Jack Nicholson as Robert Eroica Dupea or Bobby.
Cut it out.
Karen Black as Rayette Dipesto. Susan Anspach as Catherine Van Oost. Billy Green Bush as Elton. Ralph Waite is Carl. Sally Ann Struthers is Betty, and Toni Basil as Terry. Before I get started, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the Godfather of Cinema, movie reviews and more. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit the bell so that you won't miss any new videos that I'll upload in the future. The key ingredient is love. Robert Eroica Dupea, born into an upper-class family of musicians, trained as a classical concert pianist at an early age. The youngest of 4, Robert, or Bobby, is his mother's dearest child. At the tender age of 10, he and his family performed together in a recital hall. He wears a suit, his mother combs his hair. But by the time he grows up and becomes a man and his mother dies and the music stops, Bobby trades in the piano for a string of blue-collar jobs, and he moves around a lot. Because things always seem to go bad when he stays in any place for too long, he is searching for an auspicious beginning, because the key to love, he believes, is not settling for traffic jams, for crap service, for a crap job on an oil rig, for sitting around watching TV all day, for hearing the same record sung over and over all day,
You love me, Bobby?
or even romance.
Break the glass.
You have to know when it's time to leave, because staying too long anywhere with anybody or with anything always ends badly and turns you into a fake. And Bobby Dupea knows how to fake very well, at love as well as at the piano. You could say that he has become an accomplished fake.
Thank you.
Because it's not what he knows about himself, it's what you think that you know about him that counts.
What do you think?
Such as whether he is that guy that sells cars on the TV. Until he is called to the family home to reconcile with his dying father and meets Catherine, his brother's soon-to-be wife, who reminds Bobby that what he misses most about his mother is that he used to feel something when he played the piano with her. If you are watching this film analysis of 5 Easy Pieces, then it is a safe bet that you've already seen the film. But if you have not seen the film, I would encourage you to do so to understand why I am taking the time to analyze it, as it is among my favorite films of one of my favorite actors, Jack Nicholson. And if you give me 10 minutes or so of your time, I will explain through the arc of the film's main character, Bobby Dupea, why love and passion are essential to art. And at the end of this video, I will also reveal a few surprising facts about actor Jack Nicholson and 5 Easy Pieces that you may not know. So let's get started.
You had no inner feeling?
None.
5 Easy Pieces is set in Los Angeles, California, and begins with a funeral. Bobby Dupea, along with his 4 siblings and father, are about to view the casket containing the body of his mother, but instead of viewing her body with his family, Bobby decides to leave. Everyone in his family is musically talented. Up to his mother's death, Bobby plays the piano, but when she dies, he stops. He can still play the piano, but he no longer feels anything when he does it. So when he and his father get to the point where they can no longer find anything meaningful to say to each other, Bobby sees the death of their relationship as he saw the death of his mother. And as he left her funeral without seeing her body, he also leaves his father and family in search of an auspicious beginning, something or someone to make him feel the way that playing the piano once made him feel before his mother died. And he finds her in a small cafe waiting tables. Rayette Dipesto seems promising at first, but it does not take long for him to stop feeling again once the novelty of their relationship wears off. In his quest for stimulation, Bobby becomes a serial employee, jumping in and out of back-breaking blue-collar jobs, the latest as an oil man on an oil rig in Signal Hill. The pay isn't good. The work is hard, and it doesn't take long, just a few months, for the novelty of the work to callous over, a numbness compounded by an emotional, needy woman who likes listening to the same country songs over and over. Predictable routines like couples night bowling and hanging out with their boring friends Elton and Toni in their trailer watching TV all day. Over time and reinforcement, Bobby learns to do what people do in circumstances that are out of their control. They adjust, like his friend Elton. Such is the scene in which they run into that traffic jam on the freeway. Instead of bailing out the car and traffic jam with Bobby, Elton stays in the car and the traffic jam and settles for a trailer home and a trailer park and a job that he hates.
You're crazy.
And even though it is a shock when his wife tells him that she is pregnant, he gets over the shock novelty of her pregnancy over time and adjusts to being a father as he is learning to adjust to his lousy job at the oil field. And speaking of slow death, there is also Catherine Van Oost, who at only 17 marries Jonathan, a cellist who belittles her in subtle ways every day, musically and as a woman.
I am not a piece of crap.
Until she meets Carl, Bobby's brother, who restores her confidence and invites her to stay at the family house with Bobby's sister Tita and their dying father Nicholas, who suffered 2 strokes. Catherine is deeply grateful to Carl and plans on marrying him, even though she may or may not love him the way that he loves her, the same as Bobby, who may or may not love Rayette, in asking her what she thinks in response to her asking him if he loves her like she loves him. And nor does Catherine expressly tell Bobby that she is happy living with Carl, Tita, and their dying father Nicholas in the family house on the island where life, like the traffic jam, has stopped moving. But like Elton, Catherine is an idealist and hopeful that someday she will be happy living with Carl, Tita, and their dying father Nicholas in the family house on the island where life has stopped moving. Bobby, unlike Elton and Catherine, isn't an idealist or big on death or inactivity, which is why he leaves his mother's funeral without seeing her body in the casket, why he leaves his family, and why he leaves his car in the traffic jam. And also, unlike Elton and Catherine, Bobby does not believe in settling. When that waitress at that roadside cafe refuses to serve him a side order of toast,
only what's on the menu,
which she claims is against the restaurant's menu-only policy, Bobby comes up with a simple solution. He could order something off of the menu, namely a chicken salad sandwich on wheat toast. Then they could simply hold the chicken, give him the wheat toast, and charge him for the whole sandwich. But this simple solution and logic is unacceptable to the waitress.
I don't make the rules.
And she refuses to serve him anything. But even so, Bobby stays true to himself instead of settling with something he doesn't want, unlike Elton and Catherine, who both chose to settle. Bobby also has no problem being honest with Rayette.
What do you think?
About her awful singing, her habit of playing the same record over and over, her lousy bowling skills, and the fact that she couldn't hit a single pin all night and waited until the end of the game to roll a strike. Bobby is honest and straightforward with Rayette, and yet he is also fake with her. Even though he leaves his mother's funeral, his family, his car in the traffic jam, and his job on the oil rig, Bobby won't leave Rayette, despite the fact that he does not love her as she loves him, but rather he manipulates her into believing that he feels the way that she feels.
What do you think?
As he also manipulates Catherine into responding to his piano recital.
Thank you.
However, when she asks him how he felt performing the piano recital, his answer is nothing. He had tricked her into feeling something towards something that wasn't real, as he tricks Rayette.
What do you think?
Into supplying her feelings to a relationship that isn't real to him, because when his mother died, his love for playing the piano died as well. And when he asks Catherine if she thinks that he is a fake for making her think that he felt something playing the piano, she responds to his question with a question of her own. What do you think of yourself? For instance, why would he manipulate her into believing that he felt the same way that she felt?
Thank you.
Why would he stay with a woman he does not like or love, who gets on his nerves all the time? And why did he fly off the handle? Because Carl's friend Samia said that men are aggressive creatures that get off on exploiting one another, that men often use love to exploit each other, and that high-class people avoid low-class people like Rayette. Because in his heart, Bobby knows that Samia is only expressing the way that he really feels, and that he is as much of a fake as Catherine.
Don't do that.
Shut up.
Pretending that she is happy with his brother Carl, whom she plans to marry, and as much of a fake as Elton. Staying in Bobby's car in the traffic jam and letting his girlfriend talk him into another job on an oil rig, a job he said that he hates, and admitting that he's learning to like the idea of being a father only because it is something that he can't do anything about. But unlike Catherine and Elton, who both settled, Bobby is not looking to settle, which is why he refused to pay that waitress at that roadside cafe for food he did not want, which is why he left his family when he and his father stopped speaking to each other, which is why he left his car in that traffic jam on that highway, which is why he quit his job on that oil rig, and why he winds up leaving Rayette at the gas station at the end of the film. When they pull up and she asks him for 50 cents to buy herself a cup of coffee, he gives her his wallet, leaves his jacket in the restroom, and hitches a ride with a trucker, bailing out on Rayette the way he bailed out of his mother's funeral and bailed out on his siblings and father, because he is tired of being a fake in a relationship in which he cannot feel anything. Like the two women he picked up hitchhiking to Alaska, Bobby does not care about the fact that he does not have a jacket and that the trucker told him that he is headed someplace cold, just as long as he can feel something when he gets there, something to remind him that he's still alive. Here's a few things you may or may not know about Five Easy Pieces. Did you know that Five Easy Pieces was nominated for 4 Academy Awards and 5 Golden Globe Awards, and that Jack Nicholson and co-star Karen Black were nominated for Best Actor and Best Actress? And speaking of both actors, did you know that Nicholson and Black also co-starred in Peter Fonda's and Dennis Hopper's 1969 cult classic Easy Rider, in which Nicholson plays an alcoholic civil rights lawyer named George Hanson? Although they did not have any scenes together in that film, Karen Black said that she fell in love with Nicholson, although it is unclear as to whether he fell in love with her, a dynamic reflected in the relationship between the characters they play in Five Easy Pieces. Did you know that within a month of the film's release, many critics began comparing Jack Nicholson and his performance as Bobby Dupea with the likes of Marlon Brando and James Dean? Did you know that movie critic Roger Ebert gave Five Easy Pieces 4 out of 4 stars and called it one of the best American films as well as the best film of 1970, a year that produced some of the most iconic films ever? Patton, Two Mules for Sister Sarah, Le Cercle Rouge, Scrooge, as well as Dodesse Caden by the great Akira Kurosawa. Did you know that Jack Nicholson is the most nominated male actor in the history of the Academy Awards with 12 nominations over his 50-year career? Did you know that the script for Roger Corman's 1967 film The Trip was written by Jack Nicholson and that the film provided the basis for the 1969 film Easy Rider? And did you know that director Stanley Kubrick was so impressed by Nicholson's performance in Easy Rider that he gave Nicholson a part in a film that never got made called Napoleon? And finally, did you know that Kubrick allowed Nicholson to improvise some of Jack Torrance's scenes in his 1980 film The Shining, including the iconic line, "Here's Johnny"? Once again, thanks for watching my analysis of director Bob Rafelson's 1970 drama Five Easy Pieces, and be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Godfather of Cinema, and hit the bell for more film related videos like this one. I will see you soon.